Well, g'day guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today, something way different. Although I have done similar projects before, it's not electronic. It's electrical. It's this thing. My neighbour has kindly asked me to have a look at his leaf blower. Of all things, there it is. It's a Ryobi leaf blower. Model number. Well, that means nothing to you guys, but it's RBV 2400, obviously a 2400 watt, and there's one little problem with it, which I thought, well, I'm going to do this project. Some of you might have one of these, and it could be a very common problem, I would say. The switch. Now, seems to work okay, but yeah, 5 out of 10, it won't. You've got to keep clicking, and obviously dirty switch contacts. Very simple job, but I thought, well, yeah, maybe some of you have got one of these. This may help you fix yours if you don't know anything about them. For the guys in the radio industry, well, yeah, this is pretty boring. But anyway, I thought I'd put it out here. So okay, let's get on to it. Looks like we've just got to pull some screws out of the handle, and we can get at whatever this arrangement is here. High-low, obviously, for speed control, and some sort of switch. I don't know. I don't know whether it's a micro or a leaf switch or whatever's in here. Okay, let's have a look at it. Once again, not electronic, but it's on the bench this morning. I want to have a look at it, and then I'm back onto the radio stuff. I've got to, well, I'm working on the HMV consort part 2 on that one, so that'll be up shortly. Okay, let's get into it. So it looks like Phillips screws all around. There's a nut on that one. That is the only one. Okay, we'll take him out. It's got to come out anyway. And as usual, we love seeing the screws come out, don't we? Okay. Now, I've never done one of these before. Got no idea what to expect here. But as I said, I thought you guys might, just be interested. And as I said, you may have one. I hope it's only the screws in the handle. This should be a quick fix. We always say that. Okay. Okay, something's got to split in half here. Well, this bit here just needed a bit of persuasion down that end. It was just stuck. So there is only those 5 screws. You remove the handle. Okay. Now, what have we revealed here? A micro switch. That will no doubt be the problem. This little fella, he appears to be on an angle there or something. There's yeah, we might have a switch problem here as well. Okay, let's have a look. Doesn't appear to be. Well, there is a switch problem here. This switch seems to have come apart somehow. A little high-low switch. Okay, now we've got a trigger here, pushes down on a micro switch, and probably bring you guys in a little bit closer on this. Okay, there's our switch, and this thing has popped out of alignment or something. Doesn't want to move. We probably have to unsolder this side, clean these contacts in this switch, so that's your high-low, which, well, it could have been a problem, but I did test this when he showed me this before we started it, and it's that switch. It's the micro. It just does not contact every time. But this, well, I don't know whether the high-low worked. Maybe it didn't. So, yeah, I think we better unsolder this and have a look at the contacts here as well. There we go. Not much to this little switch, but this contact here is, well, it's dirty. It's been arcing, which is normal. But the one inside here is probably the one we're more interested in. Okay, so that's how he works. Just goes up on a cam and pushes him out or lets him come in. Okay, does he come out of this? Yep, there we go. And yeah, not terribly bad, but needs a clean anyway. So I'm just going to clean these. I don't think they need anything. It doesn't need any wet and dry, although I do have some 1200. I might just run over the contacts. Okay, and this fella, yeah, everything moves okay in there. Righto, we'll get a little bit of paper and go over him. Okay, guys, we've got a little bit of 1000 grit wet and dry, so just carefully go over our contact. And he's fine. Okay, I'll clean this up with a bit of isopropyl alcohol, and we'll do this one exactly the same. He's burnt on the side a little bit. This could have been part of the problem too. I'm not real sure. Anyway, I'm just using 1000 grit glass paper. Don't use anything coarser than that. It will destroy your contacts. They will arc. Okay. Okay. That's nice now. Now I'll get some alcohol and clean him up. Now I'm using alcohol for this. If you haven't got any, if you're doing this at home, I'll clean the whole board up here. You can use methylated spirits, you can use nail polish remover, any type of acetone, as long as it leaves no residue on it itself. Okay, so got some dirt on the end of him, but there. Right. Now this fella goes in there and just sits in there. We get in position where there we go. He sits down in there. Okay. Now we'll put this back on, and this piece here had actually come out of the end of this one, so I don't quite know how that or why that would have happened. There we go. Right, now he's in. Now we'll solder him up and we'll put our meter on to make sure that that part is working. And well, there we go from that one to this one, and beep and off. Beep. Yep. If I hold him still, okay, there you go, and off. That's just engaging, I think, a secondary winding or something on the motor there. Not real sure. I'm not going into tin tacks with this. All we're here to do is fix it. And we've certainly fixed up this switch anyway. It would have had a problem. How it was. Probably only running at low speed because the switch wasn't actually activating. Right. There you go. Now, this fella here, which I think is our main problem. Take him out. I'll try and remove these. Now, that's how common this one up here. And as you can see, this one, you may be able to see that, normally open. Okay, of course it's got to be, otherwise it'd be running all the time. Oh, okay. Okay. Doesn't want to come off, but I don't think it's got a tab on it. Maybe it does have a little tab in there. And it's got to be pushed down, maybe. I think when this goes back on, I should solder these leads back on. It does have a tab. It's not letting go. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I think soldering the wires back on next time. Anyway, we'll see. We had to sort of prise him apart a bit to get at him. Okay, here we go. This seems to be the switch that's giving problems. Now, whether we've got one or not, I'm not familiar of having one of these. Can we split this one apart and have a look inside? I think we can. I'm just using my fingernail there. Okay. We are getting him apart. And we'll have a look why this thing is so intermittent. There we go. Okay, well, we can already see there's been some arcing in there on these fellas. He pushes down, he just clicks down like so. It's our micro switch. If we take that fella out, yeah, that's where he's been arcing, for sure. Okay, now I may not have a switch like this, so it may be a matter of fixing it. I'll just take this little lever out, and well, the other part we've got to take out is this little fella here with the spring, and I might do that off camera because I need it on the bench, and there's too many things in line with the camera. I'll reposition the camera and come back. Now, guys, I've had a look through my bits and pieces, and I do have a new switch here, a new micro. It's a out of a microwave oven, but this is rated at 16 amps. This is rated at 10 amps, so it's a better switch. But what it hasn't got is a little lever. Okay, so we've got no lever, so we've got to fit this little lever into there, which means we'll discard the old switch. I think that's had a really hard time, which means doing exactly the same here as what we did with the other switch, and it's opening him up. I mostly use my fingernail and try and do it as well as gently as possible anyway. He is coming off. Just keep going around him. You probably should use a small spatula or a screwdriver or something on this rather than your fingernail. The fingernail's the old school thing. We just do it. Probably not real good for your fingernails. But I will get a small screwdriver there. Gently open him up. Okay, so you probably have, if you have this, you'll have the same problem. You can buy these switches anywhere, but or electrical stores and electronic suppliers and all sorts of things. Just the standard micro switch. There we go, nice and new inside. So what we do now is put in that slot up there our little lever and make sure he's all in the right position there when we put the top back on. There we go. Squeeze him shut, and there's our micro switch, and a brand new one. And I think we'll have a look at this one. We'll remove that, and yeah, he's not real good. I didn't want to put that back in. Yeah, we could clean it up, but nah, not when we found another switch and we can do the job. So it's seen better days. Righto, let's get this in. Right, now because the terminals, the push-on terminals got a bit mangled on taking them off, because they were sort of a once-a type terminal. They had a locking device, but normally you've got a little tag that you push down and they release. These ones didn't. So obviously to keep them on there so that the switch doesn't, well, they don't release from the switch under vibration. So I've had to extend the leads. All I'm doing here is soldering and I want the connection soldered anyway. Okay, we're soldering up, and I'm going to put some heat shrink over this. Now, there's nothing else in here they can touch. If they touch together, well, the unit turns on. It can't do any damage. There's no bangs and nothing goes wrong, but we don't need that happening anyway. So that's why we use the heat shrink. I've left part of the terminal on there so I can solder to it. So now we've got a good length of wire to go onto the switch. Put this one on first, and we'll just put him over there. And this fella, put him over there, and we'll just straighten that out and get him right up there, which is good. Okay, grab the heat gun. I'll shrink those and tin these terminals on the switch. Okay, time to put him together. Right, guys, well, I've slipped him together. Now, what I didn't show you, I put another power cord on this. Now, this is only twin core mains. This is double insulated. It does not have an earth. And I put 8 meters of lead on it because it came with, it would have been 30 centimeters. And then you had to use an extension cord all the time. I didn't want that. So I changed the cord and just screwed it together. Now, I've got it hooked up to my dim bulb. I always do this. It doesn't matter when I do anything with mains, I hook it up to the dim bulb. Okay, so we'll trigger it on, turn it up. Yes, we'll get dim bulbs happening there. And it will probably pay if I turn the dim bulb unit on. And here we go. There she goes. And as you can see, not enough there to turn the motor. That's fine. I know there's no shorts in it. So now we will hook it straight on mains, and I'll just get it away here, give it a click. And as you can see. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that nice short little video of mine, just showing, well, how to change a micro switch if it's yours. Now, if you're working on these, you're not confident of dealing with 240 volts, this is lethal. So please, if you're not confident, don't do that. If you feel you can manage it, go ahead and do it. Always go through RCDs and protected boards and everything else. So yeah, just be very careful and be very careful firing it up. Don't touch anything after you've done it. Plug it in, stand back, and just hit the switch, and you'll soon know whether it's working or not. But I can't stress that enough. It's lethal voltages. Like in Australia, it's 240 volts, and lots of other countries around the world. The American system is 110. It will still drop you like a hotcake. So just be careful and just take care with what you're doing. Okay, hope you enjoyed changing a micro switch. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.